We're back. This is the Blu-ray. This isn't even the Blu-ray haul. This is just the haul of what I got. Let's turn this baby off. Spoilers. It's got some loose change in it. Alright, so this will be the first of probably a several-part kind of series of videos where I talk about my trip to Japan. Ideally, this video will be all the things I bought, which currently is just in front of me. There's a lot of stuff. Then the rest of the videos will be footage from the trip, either in montage form or in me talking about what we did whilst the footage relays on the screen. Because sometimes it features copyrighted music and I can't feature that, so it just makes it easier if I'm talking over the top of it. But I'll film that at a later date. I'm busy. I had to go back to work, which sucks. Anyway, I don't really know where to start, but because this is a physical media channel, I might as well start with the physical media stuff, but I might sparse it out, because I had a couple of different days of buying physical media, which was great, because we started 5 days in Tokyo, then had 5 days in Osaka. Technically, it was like kind of 4 days, because one of those days we spent most of the time in Kyoto, but we'll stay in Osaka. So, yeah, I'm going to pronounce these names terribly. Osaka? Osaka. Anyway, let's go over some of the Blu-rays that I found on the first day, and we'll go from there. Some of these are still in condition. Crazy. So the first store we went to, not even the first store, tracking my whereabouts. Actually, the first store we went to was Uniqlo. Technically, there was a Sanrio store, but there's a bunch of figurines that I'll show later. They had this, which is the Toei film company. Toei company. They did a bunch of Japanese samurai films and whatnot. We actually ended up going to the Toei movie park in Kyoto, where I bought some stuff. So, yeah. I should have worn this, but I didn't. I hadn't washed it yet, and it still actually has not been washed, but it's the only t-shirt I bought on the whole trip. Wow, how about that? I want to credit the store. I think it was Video Market that we went to. We went to the Video Market, which is in Shinjuku, or as it says here, Nishi Shinjuku, where it was basically a import store. The guy had imported a bunch of Blu-rays and DVDs. I think I just found it online. I just looked it up, and it was suggested to me. And they had a lot of films that I wanted. So these are all still in their plastic, bar one because it's actually my dad's. I bought it on his behalf. We start with Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. This is the Scream Factory edition. Collector's edition. I do have a previous release of this, which is from Cinema Cult, but obviously that's a Cinema Cult. That's like a DVD upscale. I want a good-looking copy, and this also comes with two audio commentaries. Holy shit! Under Siege, the making of featurette, a bunch of interviews, a panel discussion from the American Cinematheque featuring the director and actor Dick Miller, and a stills gallery. This one's great. Of the two Tales from the Crypt movie, this is the one to watch. Billy Zane is terrific in it. I highly recommend watching it. It was $49.50. That's yen. So that was maybe just over $50. Luckily, because I had a thing called a cash passport. I basically put a bunch of my own money, transferred it from AUD, Australian dollar, to Japan yen. So then basically everything I paid for was the flat Japan yen rate. Occasionally you'd have to pay tax fees depending on if you went to certain stores. In this case I didn't have to, and the guy was nice enough because I bought so much stuff. He actually gave me a discount, because he usually gives discounts to people, like if you spend over $50 or whatever, or 5,000 yen, it's not $50, it's like give or take, you get a discount for when you come back, but obviously he knows I'm a tourist, so he was like, oh, because you're a tourist, I'm going to give you a discount. So one of these I actually got for like $4. We have Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band featuring the Bee Gees. The fucking Bee Gees. This is a Shout Select release, Shout Factory release, yeah. This one my dad wanted. I sent him the photo of it because I thought that was hilarious, and he was like, "Yeah, you got to buy that." I've heard it's notoriously bad. I think my dad had seen it on VHS. But you know, you get 2 mixes of DTS HD 5.1 and a stereo mix. It's 112 minutes, Jesus Christ. Audio commentary of pop culture historian Russell Duball, galleries and extra stuff. So, I'd never heard of it before, but now I have it. Isn't that crazy? We have the reason I went to the store to begin with, Texas Chainsaw: The Next Generation. I've heard this movie's abysmal, but given the fact that most of the Texas Chainsaw films are, I'm not surprised. This was the collector's edition, though, so this was 55 yen, whatever. It's not 55 yen. Every time I say 55 yen, there's an extra double zero, so it's 5,500. This comes with the theatrical cut and the director's cut, which the director's cut is in standard definition. The only way to get it is from this release. So, yeah, I'm slowly stockpiling all of the Texas Chainsaw films, because they're not easy to get, and I need to get the Arrow versions of the 2003 and 4 films or whatever, so I'll get them eventually. But yeah, I mostly wanted to get that because it came with the director's cut. Then the one I got, which was initially 1,800 yen, so 18 yen, whatever, he dropped the price of this down to like 400 yen. So I got this for $4. This is David Cronenberg's Fast Company, which is a Blue Underground DVD. It's the only Cronenberg I believe I don't own. Well, I don't have the Shrouds yet, because that only just got released from Criterion, or Janus Films, whatever it is. Janus Contemporaries, I think it was, but yeah. So this comes with 2 bonus short films, which are on fucking every goddamn release. Stereo and Crimes of the Future. They're okay. You get an audio commentary with Cronenberg inside the character studio with stars William Smith and John Saxon, interview of the director of photography, Mark Irwin. It's basically like the only Cronenberg that's not a horror film, but it is all regions. It's region 0. It's really chunky, actually. This one, I have a curiosity to open. I haven't opened a lot of these. I haven't had the reason to, mostly because I just got back. 2-disc limited edition DVD set. So yeah, you get the short films and you get the film itself. And then it comes with just an ad for more Blue Underground stuff. So yeah, it's a limited edition DVD, which comes with stuff that I already had. But it is from 2004, so yeah, easy peasy. And then for funsies, for 2,800 yen, we got Orgy of the Dead. So for around $30 odd, I got Orgy of the Dead. This is the Ed Wood film from 1965. It's a Vinegar Syndrome, the standard version, not the slipcover version, of course, clearly. Yeah, I don't know, it was there. It's a 2K restoration from the 35mm negative, commentaries and a bunch of interviews and stuff, so I don't know. I've only seen one Ed Wood film, and we all know which Ed Wood film I've seen, because it's Plan 9, obviously. I have it on DVD. A really shitty copy, but let's be fair. So, yeah, I don't know. Figured why not? When in Rome. I got Godzilla. This is the Shin Godzilla. I got this from the Godzilla store. Yeah, I'm trying to track this stuff day by day. So, Godzilla. Wow, he's a keychain. Look, he's got a chain on him, but he's Shin Godzilla. He's a little cute little dude. I don't even know how much he cost. Does it matter? I don't remember. We got 2 mystery boxes. Both of these had little tags on them. Yeah, we'll jump into the physical media later. Don't worry about it. Yeah, this is a mystery box of Godzilla. Comes with alternate versions. You get Mothra, Mechagodzilla, 2 different versions of Godzilla, and Ghidorah. All of them have like a solid color variant. You just open it up, and the first one I got was, I bought 2, obviously. We got Mothra. I've already opened these, because they're mystery boxes, of course I had. And the second one was Godzilla. Hold on, let me... Actually, he can come out of his bag. Yeah. Godzilla. Look at him. Little dude. Little first film Godzilla. Not a bad design. Just, you know, cheap little $5 toys or whatever. Why not? We went to a Sanrio store. because my girlfriend likes Hello Kitty and whatnot. And they have Gudetama. I love Gudetama, the little egg. This is a keychain. Gudetama. It says Gudetama on the tag as well. I like keychains. There was a magnet version too. It was like half of him. It's a magnet. Just obviously stick it on a fridge. But he's not bad. Little egg. This one I still haven't taken out of its plastic, but we have from the Godzilla store. This one was at the Toho Cinemas one. There's a Godzilla store like about a 10-minute walk from there, which is where I got the keychain version. But this, which was also at the Godzilla store as well. This is from the Toho Cinema, where there's a giant Godzilla outside, which apparently is closed now. You can't go to him. Maybe it's just you can do it during the day, but you can't do it at nighttime. But I was able to still film some footage of him turning on that hour. It was like 8 p.m. or some shit, where he lit up and blew smoke and whatnot. But yeah, this is a collection of miniature posters, all magnets, as you can see there. You've got Godzilla vs. Mothra 1992 Battle for Earth, Godzilla vs. Destroyer, I believe. Either that or Space Godzilla. I think it's Destroyer. Oh, Space Godzilla's next to it. I don't like Space Godzilla. And original, this one's from like the 60s Showa era, of Godzilla maybe versus Gigan. Yeah, because Gigan's there, so is Ghidorah. So is not Rodan Anguirus. I don't like Gigan either. There's at least 2 cool posters here. But I mostly wanted it for the Mothra one. I got another one for a friend, which had a different group of posters. So maybe him and I might trade, and he can have some and I can have the others. Because there was one that I knew that he would love, and then the rest of them I'm like, I don't know, there's one there I'd love, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know. So then we went to Tower Records. So yeah, I think that's all that stuff done. Tower Records, they had several floors. CDs, DVDs, vinyls, all kinds of stuff. Literally a tower full of records. The first thing I found was this, Neon Genesis Evangelion Decade, which is a CD compiling 14 tracks. It's like the 10th anniversary of the show. That's very bright. This is actually a clamshell edition, which I think is kind of stupid, because I thought it was going to have more stuff in it. It did not, outside of the fact that I've still got the wrapper saying Tower Records. It's just a standard CD case, and that's it. Like, I was expecting maybe something else, but that was it. It was like $28. It's not even $28. I can't do the rounding up of how much it actually would have cost, but it was 28,000 yen. So, yeah, which is okay for a CD. They had a bunch of Neon Genesis stuff there in terms of soundtracks, but I figured this one, when I did the Google Translate, had like a lot of the songs that I really like. Like, it's basically the highlight songs. It's the ones that everyone knows, of course, like the main theme and whatnot. A bunch of the songs from the end credits, which I don't think I've heard some of them, because I watched the Netflix version, which got rid of those songs, despite me now having the Blu-ray, which has the original versions. Oh my god. This one I haven't opened yet. Challenges. They had the Challenges CD, which I didn't know there was a CD in the whole planet. I have the vinyl of this, but yeah, it was just sitting there, and I'm like, oh my god, Challenges. They had a whole section for soundtracks. Oh my god, there were so many I wanted. But when I saw this, I'm like, I have to get this, despite the fact that even Helene was like, but you have that on vinyl, don't you? And I'm like, yeah, I know I've got it on vinyl, but I want the fucking CD. So let's take a peek at what it involves. Ooh. So you get your little J card thing. A lot of the Japanese ones will have these so it can translate it a bit better. Sorry about the white volumes there. I don't know why I'm really showing you that. It's all in kanji. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, I love this fucking soundtrack so much, and I cannot believe I now have a CD copy of it, which is excellent. Blue Spec CD2, very interesting. It's 16 tracks, and I still, of course, have the vinyl. But yeah, it's just strange that, yeah, I didn't know that this existed, simply put, on CD, because I looked it up and it never existed. While we were at Tower Records, they did have what was a very cool sounding score, which turned out to be the Nine Inch Nails score for Tron Ares, and I'm like, oh, the score sounds good, but I'm still not going to watch the movie. About a day, well, that was the Saturday, so the Sunday we went to Kamakura, which I got keychain. Actually, it's not a keychain, it's a magnet. So I'm going to try to show you without it being too reflective. These are some really cool, like, 3D kind of magnets now. This one's made of wood. Basically, each little alcove shows you a different thing. So you get the train, which is what we caught to get there. There's the beach in the background. There's a little temple in the first one, a shrine. I don't know what's in the second one, but I think it's just a connecting image. There's a geisha in the M. The A looks like it's some kind of fancy drink. I guess they're known for their drinking culture. It says Kamakura in the middle. You get the giant Buddha, which we did see as well. So there's a good selection of stuff. There's a basketball for some reason. There's a good selection of stuff just on this. This was only like $2 or $3. It didn't really matter. But it was just like nice to... I like getting those kind of things which show you where you've been, because I've been to a lot of these places in Japan before. I didn't have to get so many of these, but it was just nice to get one. I'm like, hey, this is actually a really nice design. And even when I showed it to Dad, he'd never seen anything like that before. However, on the same day in Kamakura, we actually went to an old video game store where they had stuff from N64 through the Game Boy Advance, DS, obviously Switch games, all kinds of different video game stuff. I got 2 games, one for a console that I don't even know what the fuck it is. So let's open it up and take a look. There were 2 of these that they had on the shelf, but this was the cheapest. It was $10.80, basically, 1,080 yen. This is Super Mario Bros. 3. I think the only reason why it was cheaper by like $2 was because this was a bit dirty on the back. But I'm like, I'm not going to play it. Like, this is a cartridge game. They actually had the console at a different store that I went to about a couple days later, on the Wednesday night when I was in Osaka. And yeah, I was like, hey, that's the console that this plays on. It's not like I thought it was maybe an SNES or something, but it isn't. It's a completely different console that I've never even heard of before. But yeah, this is just the authentic cartridge from Japan, from 1988. And just felt like a cute little thing to get as a collectible. Even though I can't do anything with it. Mom was like, can you play it at least? I'm like, no. However, this next one, which I did buy a protector for, let's see if I can take that off, because I took it off the other day, and now I can't remember how to take it off. Yeah, got it. We got a Game Boy Color game. This is a Kirby pinball game. It is a clear, transparent... it's actually still in its plastic, which I would have to peel that open, oh, actually I can. This one was $19.80, so, in terms of price. 1,980 yen. But yeah, it was just cute. It's pink, it's transparent. You can see the whole thing behind it. I could play this, technically. I have a Game Boy Advance. I haven't played it for a long time, and I'd have to charge it, which I do not have the charger for it anymore. But this is from 2000, and just was cute because it had Kirby. There was a Pokemon one, which looked nicer. Like, it had Pikachu on it, so I wanted to get that, but it was a standard gray cartridge. I'm like, I kind of want this, because it's just kind of cooler, and I'm not going to fucking play it. And I looked it up, and this apparently is a pinball game, which is cute. I like pinball games, they're cute. When we were in Shibuya, we went to Pop Mart. I'm pretty sure this was the Shibuya day. If not, we were back in well, it was still Tokyo anyway. They had a Pop Mart there. They had a couple of Pop Marts, but some of them were like, you have to get into a raffle to get in store. This one you could just walk into. I guess because it was like after like 6 p.m. or something. And they had a Chucky box, a mystery box. And I do like collecting Pop Mart figures. My partner and I are pretty, not big on them, but we do enjoy buying them occasionally because, you know, it's nice to get the Pop Mart mystery boxes, whatever. You could get Delivery Box Chucky or Chucky and Andy or Seed of Chucky Glenn or Bride Tiffany and just all these other variations. I ended up getting the Graveyard one, which is neat. It's Chucky, he's digging a grave, and on the tombstone it actually says Charles Lee Ray, November 9th, 1988. Died November 9th. Damn, look at him. It's cute. I don't know, it's just a cute little thing. He's really nicely designed. Like, I'll give it that for basically anything to do with... There's actually a little white on his hair. I'm pretty sure it's not meant to be there. Anyway, that must be a paint defect. That's alright. Doesn't really bother me too much. Yeah, I was literally just complimenting the paint jobs and the design because Pop Mart has some great figures that are like that, and it was actually like $2 or $3 cheaper than it would have been to have bought it in Australia. I think it would be like $25 in Australia. This was like 19.80 or something, like around the $19 to $20 mark. So I probably saved $4 or $5 maybe. Maybe. I'm jumping back and forth here. The first 4 days were Tokyo anyway. Technically the first 5 days. So this is at least all the Tokyo stuff. We did go to Tokyo Tower. It was quite an overcast day, so there wasn't much of a view. Like we couldn't see Fuji, but apparently you can from Tokyo Tower. I don't believe it. I can see. I know you can see it from the Sky Tower, but yeah, it just has Tokyo Tower since 1958. That's basically it. It's got some like cherry blossoms, a bridge, some fireworks, and a mountain that's made in Japan. Not many things there made in Japan. However, I also bought this because it was the Halloween season. Sorry about the white volumes. It's kind of annoying, isn't it? These are magnets. They're all Tokyo Tower ones with like ghosts and shit. Yeah, if I try to darken the image a little bit. Yeah, see, they got ghosts and witches and stuff. They're just little button magnets that you can just put on stuff. As it says, Tokyo Tower glass magnet. They're just made of glass. Made in Japan, though, so I'll give it that. When we were in Kamakura, the one with the giant Buddha, there was a couple of... there was a store, there was a street market full of stuff. It was insane. I got so much stuff for other people. It was wonderful. Actually, I did. I got all those books, didn't I? Oh, I can show you some books. They had a Studio Ghibli store. I bought some chopsticks for family, whatever. They had Ghibli characters. This is a mystery box with Totoro. So you can get Totoro walking, Totoro eating an acorn, Totoro with an umbrella, and screaming with an umbrella, and sleeping with the child on him, and the mystery box version. Now, the last time I went to Japan, we went to, this is Dad and I, we went to the Ghibli Museum. This time it was booked out. So we did not go, to my partner's disappointment. They obviously sell these things there. I had bought a no-face mystery box. I got the special version. With mystery boxes, you consider it the chase variant. This time around, I got, let me put him on his little pedestal, the chase variant, which is identical to another version of him where he's doing exactly this and screaming, except this time he has the other two Totoros on his chest. The main version doesn't have the Totoros on his chest. So yeah, he's just standing there, umbrella in his hand, screaming with Totoros on him, on his belly. They're cute. It was just strange. I'm like, how the hell did I manage to get two, like, chase variant ones? So, yeah. Oh, and because I'm going to forget, this was on the second last day, when we were in Kyoto. We went to the Fushimi Inari. I got a snow globe. But this is actually one that you get at the little machines, the capsule machines, and it was like 400 yen, so $4 roughly. And you had to build it yourself. So I got to put all these in position myself and put in the water. But yeah, it was crazy. It was just really cool that I could just do that. And yeah, it just looks nice. Because I had to implement all the little thingies, the Tori, the two little dogs. I even had them facing each other because I'm like, well, they face each other normally, so yeah. Now it's just a snow globe I have on my shelf. Hopefully it won't explode. Hopefully. What should we do next? The books. All the books. While we were in Kamakura, they actually had, like I mentioned, a street market where we found the Ghibli stuff and whatnot. Bought some other knickknacks. At the very end of the street, they had a movie store. And the movie store had all these books that were like pamphlets, flyers, all in Japanese, that were advertising films. But they were original books. And this is what they are. Now, I bought a couple of these. I actually bought two more in Osaka a couple of days later, but I might as well show them all here. Some of these I'm not going to keep. I'm actually giving to friends. But first up, we have Godzilla vs. Mothra from 1992. Like I mentioned before, I love this movie. It was just insane that this guy had all of these. Like, it was just, like, the whole store was just full of these. Some of them were quite cheap. This one was about 2,200 yen. Actually, no, I think it was cheap. It was maybe 1,800. There was a Godzilla vs. Ghidorah, which has beautiful artwork, which was 2,200 yen. But this was cheaper, and I like this one more. And these are just originals from when the films were released. It's fucking nuts. It's obviously, yes, clearly all in Japanese, but this is how they used to advertise the films. You've got an introduction introducing like the narrative and the characters, the message of the movie, or just a message about the movie, the story of the film. Again, you've got more images, you've got more text. Battle number 1, where Mothra first hatches and Godzilla's trying to fight the little Mothra. Battle number 2, where Batra shows up. Battle number 3, where they're fighting in the city. Mothra, Cosmos? I guess the little fairies. Batra and Godzilla. Isn't it cool? Look at that. Batra and Godzilla. It's very reflective. Really good quality. Then it's just more stuff talking about the characters, production notes, with some behind-the-scenes images. Like, that's just a behind-the-scenes image of the whole set that the characters would just walk through, which is fucking nuts. Just the guys just hanging out with Godzilla, which is, of course, a guy in a costume. The Mothra with the people there hanging out with it. There's this one image of the guy just standing there between Mothra and Godzilla. It's so fucking nice. Then you get your cast profiles, or just every profile, including director and whatever, cinematographer, and then you get some ads for other Godzilla-related stuff. And that's the whole book. It's all in Japanese, but again, Google Translate's really convenient. And the guy had a bunch of these. He had some Japanese posters as well, which are basically just posters of American films, mostly with Japanese font on them instead. They have one for Alien, which was so fucking cool. It's the original poster. I would have bought it, but it was like $30, and I was like, probably not. I don't know, it was even in a frame, but if that broke, and this is like day 2 of the trip or whatever, it's like, I don't really want to have to deal with that. Now, for the sake of speed, I'm not going to go through all of these, but we do have The Running Man, the Arnold Schwarzenegger film, which is great. There's a whole image in it that's just him saying thanks to his Japanese fans, except it's in broken English, so I'm like, that's either him just not knowing how to write, or it's being translated from Japanese. But it's cute. It's really nice. I'm actually giving this to a friend. We have Looking for Mr. Goodbar, which I got the day after Diane Keaton passed away, or... No, the week after Diane Keaton passed away, because I was still in Australia when she passed. This is a really interesting book that, again... I can actually open this. Some of the plastic on these ones I was able to peel off quite easily. For reference. Oh, this one actually is the wrong way around. I'm not going to show that image. But yeah, like I said, cast profiles, Diane Keaton, images from the film, black and white and color images, which is really interesting. An interview of Richard Brooks. Big one sheet, the story of the film. I highly recommend watching this film. Diane Keaton is tremendous in it. It came out the same year, set in 1977, as the Woody Allen one, Annie Hall. This one is a much better film, but they're still really good. It's a really nice book, just a nice one to find, and it was really cheap. So. I'm going to save the best one till last. We've got Close Encounters of the Third Kind. My dad actually has the English version of this. He was looking through it and he's just like, yeah, I have this, but it's in English. So these things aren't exclusive to Japan, but it's still, pretty cool. We have Suspiria. I wouldn't say the artwork in particular in the inside it is great. Like, they don't show, alternate posters. It's usually just stills from the movie and them talking about the cast and the crew and all that. Like, they have all the same gist. They're not showing alternate posters. It's not like some interesting compilation. It's just advertising the movie at the time. This one smells really old. It was also 980 yen. So that's like $10 or whatever. This one was $5.50. These two were the ones I got for like the Suspiria and Carrie. This is Carrie, if you couldn't tell. Is that more obvious? It's fucking Carrie, all right. This one has some great images in it. These two I both got from Osaka, a store that my cousin showed me. But yeah, I don't know. This was great. I also want to give this one to a friend as well. I don't have to keep all of them. This one was the creme de la creme. This one is worth $60 to $80 online. This is Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me. Now, as someone who's a big Twin Peaks fan, and knowing that the Japanese loved it, this is in really nice condition. Has Welcome to Twin Peaks on the back. Helene didn't want me to buy this because she's like, oh, the front kind of looks a bit bland. I'm like, yeah, but it's not the front that we're after. You get an explanation of the show, because there's obviously the film Fire Walk With Me, the story of the film, including little images. This one is the Twin Peaks correlation map, so it's showing you all the characters and their relation to each other, including ones that are unique to just the film, including like Chet Desmond and David Bowie's character, of course. Philip Jeffries. There are also some which are completely blanked out. You've got Bob on the corner, which is really cool. Some of them are just really awkward stills, which is really funny to me, but some of them are like nice, like profile shots. As if like some of them are just like in motion. Innocent Smile, don't even know what this says yet, but it has the donuts on the base, which is cool. An image from later in the film with Laura and Dale. What looks to be a behind the scenes image because it's a larger image from the film. So that's cool. Spoilers for the film, by the way. Oh, my image has gone dark. Sorry about that. Again, they're really small images. Do you know Twin Peaks? And it has all these different location shots. Then the next one is the impressive, well, if you know kind of location. But it is also a selection of maps. So it's maps upon maps upon maps. It's showing you all these different maps, including the one from the TV show, not just the ones from the movie. Which is really nice. There's a really good read-up online, which is what convinced me to buy it. There's a Twin Peaks wiki, which goes into every single page and details what it all is. So if you're interested, welcome to Wrench World, which even the person who had the website thinks that it's either a misspelling or it might just be how they pronounce Lynch. It sounds vaguely racist, but it is by the Japanese. Keyword 6, ring, don't take the ring, Laura. So it has a bunch of like hidden clues and stuff. You have a David Lynch profile, because it even says Lynch's filmography, so it still doesn't have filmography, but it is filmography, but it's PHIL. That's very strange. But it still says David Lynch there, but the actual spelling of Lynch. Talks about his movies and stuff up until that point. Wet at Heart, which I think is a reference to Wild at Heart. They all have keywords. This one's is Fire Walk With Me. And yeah, interview of Carl McLaughlin, interview of Cheryl Lee, some images of the characters, cast profiles, and the staff profile. And then some Twin Peaks ads, including ads for the Japanese VHS. So yeah, really nice. Really, really nice. And that was 4,400 yen. So that was very expensive in contrast to a lot of them, but I really wanted it just because I love Twin Peaks. So I was like, yeah, I'm getting that. So if that was Kamakura. Okay, the next place was Disneyland. Disney Seas, actually. So let's go for Disney Seas. Alright. So Disney and... because they have their Halloween season, so I got the Halloween-themed key... Actually, this isn't even a keychain. I think I thought it was. It's actually a pin. This was 1,400 yen, because nothing's cheap. It just says Disney Halloween 2025. It has Chip and Dale in, like, vampire costumes, with vampire bat wings, and Mickey and Minnie in their Halloween costumes with jack-o'-lanterns, little pumpkins, which is cute. It's nice. On more of a Disney theme, it was between this and getting like Mickey or Donald Duck or someone in vampire costume, but I went with the pumpkin wallet, which is cool. I was able to put one of the stickers that we actually got that day, because the staff would give out stickers occasionally. And yeah, it's a keychain one, so I can hook this. I actually did end up hooking this to my bag and got to carry it the rest of the day, but it's a jack-o'-lantern version of Mickey Mouse, which is just, I like it more, it worked better. So that was the Monday, Disney Seas. Not much purchased, but just a little pin and I didn't want to spend that much on Disney, let's be honest. I did get, oh, that's a magnet on a magnet. Let's put that separately. The Tuesday we went to Hakone, which was south of Mount Fuji. It's basically the perfect place to see Mount Fuji. We went to the Mishima Skywalk, but it was so cloudy, it was basically pointless to go there. So we caught the bus down the road to Hakone, where I got this, which is another magnet. This one, again, really nice magnet. You get Fuji on it. It probably says Hakone there in kanji. You get some tori. It says Japan. It has a crane, I believe it is, the bird, which we actually saw literally the same day. I was thinking to myself, like, I was talking to Holly, I was like, we haven't seen any native animals, but we have been in the city. And it was just there. Just happened to be there on a bridge, and we just took some photos of it, which was great. And each image has different things. You get the great, well, this is actually it might be the great Tory. There's a great Tory and a peace Tory, but they're in two different places. That one looks more like the great one, but it could be the peace Tory, which we did also go to. There was a lot of tourists there. There's some kind of train car, which will be, and the sky lift. The sky lift takes you up to Fuji, or takes you up to an equivalent mountain so you can look at Fuji. There's the boats, which we did see as well. We didn't go on one. I don't know what the other image in the middle is in the N, but the E looks to be Fuji again. So, yeah, that was just a nice collection of stuff. I also bought a new hat. I got this. It says Fuji-san, Mount Fuji. It says Japan as well. It has the Japanese flag. And yeah, I needed a new hat and it was comfortable. So I'm like, good, that's what I want. I want a new hat that was comfortable. There we go. On the way back, I was told by Joe Matthews, who works at the New Wave Video. They do Blu-ray releases of Japanese films, or at least they will be soon. They're coming out this month, next month, whatever. He mentioned to me a couple of different stores that we could go to. We ended up going to one store, because this one store I spent like an hour and a half there, because of course I did. There were two stores that were really close together. Trying to remember where they were. Oh, Book Off. So we went to Book Off. There was in No, it's not going to tell me where they were. No, that's annoying. We went to Book Off. They had a bunch of Blu-rays there, which is what I got a bunch of. They had a bunch of limited edition Dario Argento ones. They consider Profondo Rosso to be Suspiria too, because Profondo Rosso came out after Suspiria in Japan. So they had some 4K releases for Profondo Rosso, but some of them were called Suspiria 2. Akihabara, that's where it was. So let me show you what I got from Akihabara, from the Book Off store. There were two Book Off stores we went to. One of them was actually on the second last day in Kyoto. We start with Romancing the Stone. This is obviously the Japanese release, so it's all in Japanese. This was $9 basically, 900 yen. I don't have this on Blu-ray at all. It's not easy. It's, there's no local Australian release. This is a 20th Century Fox Region A disc. Never seen it. I've heard good things. I've been wanting to watch it for years. I know it's on Disney Plus, but $9. Why not? A very special Blu-ray I got because, like I mentioned, they had the Argento ones. They had Mother of Tears on Blu-ray. Now, I have the old DVD of this. I say old DVD, but the Region UK DVD. But this is the Blu-ray, and there is only like 2 countries that have a Blu-ray: Japan and France, or maybe Germany, but still. So it's all in Japanese, but it does come with the English track, DTS HD Master Audio, Region A as well. It's got a little card inside, which doesn't mean anything. Alternate artwork as well, which is there, which I believe that's Asia Argento. Yeah, I don't think it's a good film. I'm pretty sure most people who've seen it would agree with me there. I didn't like it that much, but now I have it on Blu-ray, and that is really super hard to find. It was like maybe $28, 2,800 yen, so I was happy with that. For 1,600 yen, we have Mulholland Drive. I found a DVD copy of this. I think they did have a Blu-ray. Maybe they didn't actually. I'm going to open it, so let's take a look. These are all pre-owned. I can't show most of the back image. Let's just do this. Yeah, they have graphic nudity on a lot of their releases, so the 2 sex scenes that are in the film are on the back cover, so you do get big booby on the back cover. So there's that. Obviously, I don't plan to watch the DVD version. This is my first time opening it. Ooh. We get David Lynch's Mulholland Drive DVD. And we get Open Your Box, which is all in Japanese. Yeah. Isn't that neat? Has a back to it as well. I don't know what's on this back because I haven't looked at it yet. So it's got main menu. Then it has music chapter. Yeah, just has music. Interesting. I wonder if that's trying to advertise a CD or not. Open Your Box. I don't know. Maybe the music's on the disc as a bonus feature. Actually, they might just have told me right then and there. I didn't even read it properly. Play stuff and car special features, music chapter. So yeah, maybe. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. Unique enough. And also just because it also has it like a David Lynch film, Mulholland Drive, all in Japanese as well, so that was nice. So they had a thing where if you spent over 5,000 yen, so basically like $50, whatever, you could get tax-free on a bunch of purchases. And so I got tax-free on this release, on this whole bundle. I got it for about maybe 5,100 yen or something because I bought this. I just went in line, saw the thing that said, oh, buy an extra thing. I'm like, oh, I know they've got a $5, like 550 yen line, so I'll go there. And they had Biohazard, Resident fucking Evil, which is apparently on the back worth $3,800. Which is really fucking funny to me. So it's a second-hand copy. How does this... So it's a slipcover. So that's just a little sleeve which will slide up and down. So it still says Biohazard there. Biohazard on the back. Slide it back down. The spine is a little dirty. And I did see this like 2 days later. And this is like kind of a pretty cardboardy slip, so I don't really mind. And again, the artwork matches up, which is really cool. I saw it a couple of days later as a standard DVD, and I'm like, yeah, I much prefer the version I got. And I haven't opened it yet, so it's all in Japanese. I say that like it's not surprising. It isn't surprising, but yeah, it's called Biohazard. I just figured because they're called Biohazard in Japan. There's your disc with Alice. An ad for Mutant X, whatever that is. Biohazard 2, I believe that's the video game ad. Yeah. Yep, that's an ad for the video game. And then probably a warnings thing. I don't know. Chapter titles and stuff. Not too impressive, but just a nice DVD to have. Again, I got it because it said Biohazard and because I could get the whole bundle for cheaper. So then came Wednesday. Wednesday we went to caught the Shinkansen to Osaka, where we met up with my cousin and his mother and his nephew. So my cousin, my aunt, and my second cousin. And there was a store called, I think it's called Adamski, like ADM. SKI, where they had a bunch of stuff. They had old figurines, like all this was secondhand figurines, books. That's where I got, again, the Suspiria book and the Carrie one. They had some other random figurines and stuff. They had this dude. This is Son of Godzilla from the Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. And they had two versions of him. They had him like this, as he was, in a plastic bag for about like $15. And then they had one that was in a box. But the one in the box seemed to have like a shiny blue mouth, I think, because of like atomic breath. But because he had a really nice paint job, and I don't have this Godzilla because he's really not easy to find, I figured, fuck it, I'll buy him. And he's cute. There you go, Godzilla. We ended up going to a place called Geo, which is where... maybe it was next to Geo, but still in Osaka, in like Nipponbashi, about like a 5-10 minute walk from Namba Station, where my dad and I had initially gone. My cousin had shown us a couple years ago when I went back in 2019. So I went with my second cousin Joshua because he wanted to go to a video game store. So we went there, and then we went to the DVD store where I found Eraserhead on Blu-ray. Now this is very special to me because I found this exact same version back then. I still have the original photo showing that I got this. So that I found it. I got the DVD instead last time, which I still love that I have that DVD. And yeah, so it's still secondhand, so it's a bit worn on the sleeve, but it's still nice and shiny. It actually comes with a J card. And on the J card, it actually has David Lynch's signature, which I'm putting my fingers on right now, where it actually says, Japan's disc is absolutely approved. This film is perfectly timed, and they did a great job. Yeah, again, probably poorly translated, but still. It comes with 2 discs as well. So you get the David Lynch Presents Eraserhead. It tells you who the cast is, with John Nance, Charlotte Stewart, Laura O'Neill, Jean Bates, and Alan Joseph, Cameron Light, Friedrich Elms, and Herbert Cardwell, sound by Alan R. Splett, and David Lynch, written, produced, and directed by David Lynch from 2006. The case itself has a more unique, darker case, which is great. I believe this is the same as like what the Criterion disc basically has, or at least what the remastered version. But yeah, you get the Japanese disc, and then you get a second disc, which is the DVD, which I really love how it just has Jack Nance and sunglasses, which is Eraserhead stories and the short films of David Lynch, all of which you can find elsewhere. You can find them on Criterion releases and whatnot. I also got 2 copies of Biohazard 5 Retribution, Resident Evil Retribution, because I love this film. I'm giving this one to my mate Guy, so I'm going to briefly show it off. This one's actually the rarer one that cost me like $2 extra, basically. Well, it did. Again, all in Japanese. You get a J card, you get a sleeve, shows you the Blu-ray. The reason why this one is more limited edition and why I still don't mind giving it to Guy because I bought it for him. He doesn't know that I bought it. Is that it has the 2 discs. The second disc actually is a bonus disc which comes with the terrestrial version. The terrestrial version is completely dubbed in Japanese. That's it. I don't know if there's anything more special to it because it says it's the terrestrial shown on TV version, and that's why it's so rare of a copy. But yeah, it doesn't even exist on Blu-ray.com. And then we have, of course, the slipcover version, which I got myself. There is a rarer version of this, which is actually the 3D Blu-ray version. This was the DVD Blu-ray combo, but because it was in plastic, I wouldn't have known otherwise, and I didn't really care. It comes with a bunch of stuff, including, where I can find it, 2 stickers for the Umbrella Corporation, a character card as well of, my god, that's so shiny, isn't it? This is Jill Valentine, specifically from the film, which is really cool. It has a QR code as well on the back with some other details. I don't even know what the hell they mean. And just an ad, obviously. And the release itself just opens up. DVD, Blu-ray, images from the film. This is the one I'm keeping. I just think it's cooler. I really like that you got the Jill Valentine little character card. The next day we went to Universal Studios. They had a special Universal Studios theme for Halloween with Pokemon related stuff, so I got myself a Gengar plushie. He's wearing a leather jacket of some kind. They had a Pikachu as well, but I love Gengar, and it does still say... I don't even know what that is. little speech bubble, but it does still say Universal Studios Japan. They had a keychain one, which was two different, which was both Gengar and Pikachu, which I did want to get, but this one was cheaper and it was cuter, and I like a plushie, so I'll take a plushie. I got a Boo keychain, because yes, we did go to the Super Mario World. This was 1,800 yen. Again, this was more expensive than the plushie. And he turns on. Man, he lights up. He's really bright on the image, isn't he? But yeah, it's Boo. I like Boo. And of course, it's spooky season. I had to get Boo. Boo's cool. If you ordered from one of the cafes, you got a little Mario hat that would peg into your food, because I got a burger. And they had a mystery box, which you could get the Bullet Bill, or the Squid, or the Bomb, the Piranha Plant, the Turtle Shell, the Green Shell, or the Banana, or a mystery. These are ones that are on the rolly tracks. And I got the mystery box. It's the guy who films them. Yeah. And the thing is too, is he actually drives backwards because he's filming them. It's the little Koopa. The Friday was my birthday. That day obviously was very special to me, because I got birthday gifts from my partner, who bought me stuff at the Godzilla museum that we went to. The one where we got this Godzilla Intercept Operation Awaji. This is the National Awaji Island Institute for Godzilla Disaster. It's a big tote bag. Basically, if you spend 5,000 yen, you get a tote bag. And I wanted to buy stuff, and she wanted to buy stuff for me. And when she was buying them, they were like, oh, the lady there was like, oh, if you buy a certain amount, you get this. And I had a figure in my hand and was like, oh, there you go, Helene. Add that to your pile. I'll pay you back later. So let's see what I got. So for myself, I bought Hedorah. I love Hedorah. He's terrifying. This is actually the 2024 model. It says it on the tag. I know that might not sound special, but they had the 2022 model there, whose arms were a bit more up in the air, which had the same gold underneath. But I just liked his pose this way. The rough, more matte texture with the shininess of the top. His back looking the way it does. For those who don't know, this is from the Showa era, from Godzilla vs. Hedorah. It's like the most adult film you get in a chain of child-friendly films, because Hedorah is a smoke monster who just kills everything. It's gnarly. And to have him as a figure is just beautiful. I have two different Rocking Fountain t-shirts just celebrating him, because I love him. I really wanted the Mecha Godzilla or a Mothra. They didn't have any good Mecha Godzillas. They were all from like the 2000s. And I'm like, no, I want classic Mecha Godzilla. So I still don't have a Mecha Godzilla, but I got a Hedorah, and I'm really happy with that. This was my birthday gift from Helene. This is the Godzilla coin bank. Let me show you how he works. Now, if it plays copyrighted music, I won't be able to use that in the video. But obviously, you know, you just put a coin there. It's got coins in it. And this happens. Oh, good. There's no music. So yeah, Godzilla pops up and he grabs a coin. Just give it a show you. It's really nice. It only uses Japanese yen, so I highly recommend it if you do buy it. You don't have to have the coins. You can just click the button, but I would highly recommend getting some coins, because it is a money box. It's handy. Helene also bought me this magnet, because they had a different magnet there. They had some unique designs, but this one just kind of looked a lot cooler because it was just a big magnet showing Shin Godzilla, but also because this is the Godzilla that's at the Awaji Island that you can zipline into, which we of course did. We ziplined into. It's fucking awesome. They had some postcards there as well that they just gave you. So there's the Shin Godzilla postcard. There's a Destroyer postcard. They really like Destroyer. There's a whole section in the museum that's just Destroyer. You could also get collectible cards for different characters. So we got Biolante. There's Ghidorah, there's Burning Godzilla. They actually had an artwork that matched as well, with a version of Shin Godzilla from like an old painting. Obviously this is not an order. I have two more. I don't know where they went. There's a Son of Godzilla and another one. Let me take a look. I thought that they were here. Maybe they're not. Okay. Don't know where they went, but still, it just shows a old version of Shin Godzilla. And then you get to pretend that you're in a movie. So we did a fight scene with Godzilla. This was on my birthday. So there was an actual big life-size, human-size image, like prop of Godzilla. And this is all miniatures of the place that we were at. And he just stood there, posed. I meant to be fighting him. Not a great pose. And then there's the director-chair version where Helene was holding a little chibi Godzilla and I was holding a chibi Ghidorah. So yeah. There you go. That was $30, basically. 3,000 yen. Bit pricey, let's be honest. We did go to that Toei film place on the Saturday in Kyoto, where I got... they had a Neon Genesis whole section there because this was 700 yen. It's just a keychain of Asuka. She'll just clip onto your bag, whatever. They had a bunch of stuff because they had a big Eva there just sitting there that you could just stand on, which was really cool. So I bought that because it was cheap, because all the t-shirts were really expensive. They had like one that was really nice that was like $47. I'm like, I just don't want to spend almost $50 on a goddamn t-shirt. Not again. But they didn't actually have these. This was at the, what do you call it? Duty free the next day. But because it's in the same thing, it's a desktop Eva. So basically it's a mystery box where you can get different things. She has put postcards in her. She's like a notepad one. I think he's also a notepad one. Shinji, you can put a pen inside of. One of them is a phone holder. I got Asuka. So the capsule actually opens up, as you can see there. You can put stamps in there, which doesn't make any sense to me, because who the fuck still uses stamps? But yeah, I really like that I got Asuka. I really wanted the Eva, because who doesn't? I don't have an Eva figure yet. I've got a bunch of all the others. I just don't have an Eva. And then to wrap it up, still on the Saturday in Kyoto, because the Sunday we went to Nara, and I didn't buy anything that was Nara related, because I'd already been there before. We went to another book off, because we just happened to go past one on the bus. I'm like, oh, we should go there on the way back. I found 2 Blu-rays, which I've never seen before. Godzilla vs. Mothra, 1992, Battle for Earth. The white spot is because it got water damaged by me, because it was pissing down and I had it in my bag and I didn't think to put plastic on it, so the cover is damaged. It's something I'm stuck with for the rest of my days, unfortunately. There is no fix to it, but it still comes with the disc, which is great. That's all in working condition. Just, oh my god, that's the papers there. I just had them. They had fallen off. I put them in the case. I don't ever plan to take this out, because I know that whole section is going to just peel off. Because as you can see there, it's not great, and it's heading towards there. It was just that corner and the edge of that corner. It should be okay. Like, it's dried, but I know that if I open it up to a certain angle where it just gets some air in, that whole thing will just peel off. Which sucks, but let's be honest, the artwork's not too phenomenal. It's my favourite version of Godzilla with Batra and Mothra, which is great. It comes with a 2.0 audio, a 5.1 remix, and a commentary track, but none of it's in English. Subtitle track is in Japanese, but there is no other HD version of this film that exists except for on a 2-disc. It's not even a 2-disc, it's just this is a 50GB disc as well. There's a American version, which is a 2-disc pack, or just a 2-pack with 2 different films, Godzilla vs. Mothra and another film. I think Space Godzilla, which goes for like $200 on eBay. So I figured I'd buy this for $1,600, 1,600 yen. So $16 roughly, maybe $20. But $20. But then there's the other one. This one remained in good condition because it was $1,600, even though if I actually took off the plastic, it was like $2,300, so it was on sale. Godzilla versus King Kong. King Kong versus Godzilla. This is sparkly. As you can see, was in plastic. That's the only reason why it's in good nick. And it was the first one I saw, and I'm like, oh, I'm buying that because that looks really nice. And thankfully, I had a sticker actually right there saying that it was 2,300 yen, but obviously the plastic had it saying 1,600 yen. There's not much in terms of speciality when you actually take it out. The artwork is the same. It's all identical. This sleeve is just rare and sparkly. I do wish I had have put the Mothra one in. Oh, I forgot there was actually little thingies in here. There's a booklet which is basically advertising both Figurines, the modeling of Godzilla, and all the other Blu-ray releases. But it's not even all of them. It doesn't include the one I bought, the Mothra one. It just has a bunch of them. So yeah, these just all exist. These have existed for a while. This is like 2010s to 2014 release. There is a newer release which actually has a 4K restoration, which I believe supersedes the look of the Criterion version, which I do have the Criterion version. Again, it's a 50GB disc, Japanese only subtitles, but it has 5 audio tracks. I don't know if you can see that well because it's in Japanese, but there are 5 audio tracks, including there's a PCM track, which I think is a mono track. There's a 4.0 DTS HD Master Audio, a 5.1 2001 remix, a 4.0 BGM DTS Master Audio, and a commentary. These all had been commentaries. And it's got great artwork to it, so that is fantastic. I'm still really scared and disappointed and shocked at the Mothra one, because I bought that because I love that movie, and to have that in HD is incredible. Luckily the disc should still work. I gotta double check because they are second hand. No, the disc looks alright. Just have to be careful, because there's a lot of stuff from that peeling off. I don't think that they should peel off normally. It's definitely concerning. I don't want it. It's not coming off when I do anything like that. So that should be okay. And of course, I could always hold it like that, and you won't even know. But yeah. So anyway, despite that still being a grievance to me, because I'm like, and I might throw out what's peeled off that's inside the case. I should probably throw that out so it doesn't get stuck to the disc or anything. But that's it. Yeah, I mean, I bought a samurai figurine for my dad, but I don't think that's worth really showing off. But that's all that we bought. It seems like not a lot, but it also seems like a lot. So that's all. That covered every single day of the trip. Thanks for watching. See you kids in a couple of days, where I start doing my vlog series talking about each day that we were there. And I'll obviously reference maybe the figurines that I bought. Or I'll show them off again. I don't know. I haven't filmed it yet. Anyway, that's all for now. Adios.